I'm Sarah Pagani with KENS 5 News now. San Antonio is at the center of a major international prisoner swap involving Venezuela and the U.S. 10 Americans were freed and returned to the U.S. last night. The group includes 6 people wrongfully detained and imprisoned. They landed in San Antonio Wednesday night. That's them. They're walking out of the plane at Kelly Field. They're here to be treated at Brooke Army Medical Center. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro claims the American prisoners were involved in a failed coup along with fugitive Leonard Francis. Francis is a former military contractor who fled to Venezuela and is accused of orchestrating the largest scandal in Navy history. Meanwhile, the Biden administration freed a close ally of President Maduro's in exchange of the Americans. It's a decision Biden defended, and so did the special presidential envoy for hostage affairs.
At the end of the day, the president has to make a hard decision, and he has to weigh different considerations to finally get someone home. And the president did that to bring these men home, and they're all the better for it. As of today, 10 more Americans are back, 6 of them wrongful detainees in Joint Base San Antonio, where they're in the loving embrace of the military.
The now freed prisoners will stay in San Antonio at Bansi to receive post-isolation support. However, Francis is now in U.S. custody and expected to appear in a Miami federal court later today. The San Antonio City Council is reacting to the ongoing war in Israel. Council members on Wednesday filed a memo calling for a special meeting to discuss and take action on a resolution that calls for an immediate and permanent ceasefire and return of all hostages immediately. That memo was signed by Councilwoman Terry Castillo, Councilman Jalen McKee Rodriguez, and Manny Pelayas. Now, they say for months now, concerned residents and organizations like San Antonio for Justice in Palestine have showed up to public comment. They held rallies and even organized phone banks. That special meeting is set to happen on January 11th. A man whom deputies say used his daughter as a shield during a standoff has been arrested. The Bexar County Sheriff says 49-year-old George Luna apparently got into an argument with his girlfriend and things turned violent. She managed to leave the home with minor injuries, but then deputies say Luna used his daughter as a shield. So that standoff lasted hours Wednesday on Herring Road in southeast Bexar County. Deputies eventually got the girl out of the house and Luna surrendered peacefully. He's now in jail facing multiple charges. A disturbing child abuse case is under investigation, with a father admitting to police he repeatedly abused his 4-month-old. According to arrest documents, 19-year-old Daniel Aguilera took the baby to the hospital for rib and skull fractures after he claimed they both fell on the floor. But when questioned, police say Aguilera admitted to CPS that he had abused the baby on different occasions out of frustration when it would not stop crying. Aguilera is now facing 4 counts of injury to a child. More school closures impacting families. South San ISD School is the latest to vote on closing yet another campus. Their board voted last night to shut down West Campus High School, citing budget problems. But this is not going to take effect until the 2024-2025 school year. Back in March, you might remember this, South San ISD also announced a closure of 3 other schools in order to save money and address low enrollment. Drivers in Medina County on high alert after multiple incidents involving someone just randomly shooting at drivers with an air rifle. This according to Sheriff Randy Brown there. You can see in these photos all the damage with busted out windows. The sheriff telling us it's been happening since last month. He believes it's a group of people firing off air-style rifles. Now they're investigating 11 cases, but fortunately, no one has been seriously hurt.
I think this is fun and games. You're not going to be laughing when we catch you, and we will catch them. And when we do, they're going to face serious charges.
The sheriff now encouraging any victims to call 911 and report it. And if you know who's responsible, you can submit a tip anonymously to the Medina County Crime Stoppers. Eagle Pass is reporting historic numbers. The city there seeing more than 14,000 crossings in just one day this past Tuesday. And the cameras captured hundreds of people, including children, sitting on the ground waiting. Meanwhile, the governor's office announced more migrants were flown to Chicago. Now, in San Antonio, the migrant shelter is once again at full capacity. Money to care for migrants is also running out, with federal funding on hold. A city spokesperson said you can donate to the food bank or Catholic charities. That information is on KENS5.com. The San Antonio Food Bank celebrating its annual mega food distribution. It was a packed Alamo Dome parking lot. Check this out. 1,500 families showed up on Wednesday. The food bank telling us some of them were lined up since 2 in the morning. Hundreds of volunteers also helped distribute an estimated 385,000 pounds of food that included turkeys, bread, milk, vegetables, and fruits. And they told us that they're struggling to find volunteers, especially in January. This can't happen without volunteers. So if you would like to help, visit safoodbank.org. The IRS says you can expect a reminder in your mailboxes if you owe back taxes. The IRS had stopped sending reminders in February of last year because the agency was dealing with a major backlog out of the pandemic. Now the agency will send out notices and offer penalty relief to 5 million people, businesses, and tax-exempt organizations. That is KENS 5 News Now. I'm Sarah Fragani.